with heavy overnight shelling in the city of Donetsk. Government forces are trying to recapture the city. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian parliament has passed a proposal allowing it to recall anyone who's previously served in the military. Peter Sharp has the latest.
Well, there are no surprises. The partial mobilization passed very easily through Parliament. It was initiated by the President, Petro Poroshenko, himself, and it calls for a mobilization across Ukraine of former serving soldiers. And it signals really the determination of Ukraine to continue its anti-terrorist, what it calls its anti-terrorist operation directed against pro-Russian separatists in the east of the country. And also, it's a sign, too, of the Ukraine's concern about what it regards as a growing Russian build-up along the border. Parliamentarians were told that there are 41,000 Russian troops now deployed across the Ukraine border with Russia, 150 tanks and about 400 armoured vehicles. The call-up will be very popular with wives and mothers of soldiers who they've seen serving way beyond their allotted time in the combat zone in the east.
In Ukraine, the bodies of the victims of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 have arrived in the eastern city of Kharkiv. They were taken on a refrigerated train to an investigation centre there. All 298 people on board were killed when the plane was shot down in eastern Ukraine last week. Separatists recovered the flight data recorder from the wreckage and have now handed it over to officials from Malaysia Airlines. Scott Heidler has more from Kharkiv.
More than 12 hours after the train carrying 282 bodies of the victims of MH17, they have arrived here in Kharkiv. Now, what's going to happen now is these bodies will be processed. They'll be prepared for a flight to the Netherlands. That's probably not going to happen until Wednesday because each body, we're being told, takes about 30 minutes to make sure it's secure. They're going to be scanned, these body bags. Then they'll be put on the aircraft, forwarded on to the Netherlands where there'll be identification process. And then there'll be the bodies that aren't of Dutch origin will be sent on to the countries of their origin. Then this is the beginning of the last stages of this process, so these loved ones and family members of the victims can finally receive the bodies and have a little bit of closure, most likely, on what has happened over the last couple of days.
Well, still to come on Al Jazeera, one of the two candidates contesting Indonesia's presidential election says he's pulling out of the race.
My daughter, 5 years old. This is a terrorist.
The innocent victims of an increasingly divided Iraq.